That's perfect. Just like that. Blah, blah,
Like
blah,
kind
blah.
of like sort of 80s arrogant pop stars.
Oh, with the pinky.
Yeah, just like,
That is also that's so funny. That's the thing I've noticed between like professionals and like people who maybe do some karaoke every now and then and stuff like that.
Their mic
It's
technique.
the way they hold, like people who hold it like this or anything like that.
Like the metal guy.
Right there.
Everyone's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die.
That's so funny. It's good because we could have gone down a big rabbit hole of talking about heavy metal stuff. Like you mentioned Iron Maiden, and I got so excited. One of the best frontmen of all time.
Number of the Beast, man.
Oh, dude. Amazing. All
and
right.
inherently theatrical, all that stuff.
Oh, it is like heavy metal has a huge theatrical component to it for sure. Okay. Well, this is the lightning round. What are we doing?
Stay away from the rabbit hole.
All right. So these are the lightning round. So 10 questions sent in by the listeners. Atlantic Blue, so that everyone sees
Atlantic
that.
Blue, Tara McLean's show at the Mac this summer, playing opposite my show, Spinning Yarns. So if you're in the East Coast, hey, even if you're not,
come check it out.
Come check it out.
I love it.
In fact, just buy a ticket. I don't care if you come.
You know what? That is a thing that I think people can do more of. Actually, I've noticed it's something I've done a couple times, and I think more people should do it. It's almost a way of donating a show of like
just buy a ticket,
and then set it up as someone there can go see it.
Absolutely.
Make an accessibility thing.
Yeah,
that's cool. Let's talk about more that later.
That's
as
a great
well.
idea. Especially if you do it from my show.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect jumping off point. But these are 10 questions sent in by the listeners, and you have not seen these before. So
no, I have not. And am I supposed to look at the camera?
No.
We're
just chatting.
We're just chatting. This just happens to be there.
It happens to be there. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it just happens to be there.
That's perfect. That's so funny. Yeah, film is such an interesting thing that way. But let's dive in. Okay. Question number 1: nicest compliment you've ever received.
That's not bad.
Love it. I love it. What is your favorite kind of cookie?
Cookie? The oatmeal raisin.
Really?
Yeah, oatmeal raisin. Yeah, oatmeal raisin. More so than oatmeal chocolate chip.
Yeah.
No.
A raisin. Yeah,
I'm more of a savory guy.
Cool.
Which may be obvious from looking at me, but
That's awesome. I love it. What is a subject outside of theater that fascinates you?
Boat building.
Yeah, you kind of like threw that in there just a second ago.
Yeah, a lot of my time is spent watching videos of old men build boats.
Building boats.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's what. Do you know where that kind of started from?
I grew up in Newfoundland.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah,
my grandfather was a captain in the Navy during the war.
Very cool.
I like that stuff, but it's not something that we ever actively did.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that I'd be really good at it, but I'm sure the reality is that I'd be useless if they actually got me on the water. But I fancy myself that type of person.
I love it. Well, it is a cool thing in the climate we're in now, or with so much like with YouTube and everything, you can learn about all these things now. You can just like go down a huge rabbit hole finding about this stuff.
It used to be magazine shops. Like I used to go to magazines, like specialty magazine shops, and they'd have all like those magazines of weird,
obscure things. Yeah,
yeah, like hobbies or interests that and they would go deep on it. And now it's like it's all about the YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta wonder how magazines are doing these days, eh?
Yeah,
like it's tough.
Yeah.
So if you could write a show about a historical event, what event would it be?
I started writing a show one time about the Great Sealing Disaster in Newfoundland in 1913. I would love to do that. Sweet. It's sort of a folk musical.
Sorry, which disaster?
So there was a boat called the Newfoundland, and it got stuck in the ice, and all the men that were on it most of them perished. And so it's this David Blackwood, who's an artist, a printmaker, has a whole series of prints based on it called Death on the Ice. Wow. And there's been a play written about it. And I always thought that if I could make it any good, that would be a really interesting folk musical.
Very cool. That's very interesting. So for a second when you said...
I actually started writing that, so I'm not sure if that counts as the proper answer to your question.
You're cheating on the lightning round.
So tell me the question again.
I said if you could write a show about a historical event, what would it be? And that was great. I thought you said sealing disaster, not sailing disaster.
No, I did sealing, like the seal fishery, SEAL.
Sealing. Oh, okay. I thought like the roof.
No.
What happened?
The roof. The roof is on ice. No. It was the seal hunt in Newfoundland.
Okay. And
historically, and it was.
Very interesting. Okay, I like that. That was a good answer. Yeah, cool. If you could do, what show could you do for 3 years straight with only Mondays off and never get tired of it?
Once, Mamma Mia.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
It's pretty sweet that it's the shows that you're doing right now.
Yeah. Oh, they're fun to do.
Yeah.
And I like them, and I like the way people like them.
Yeah.
They're both very different shows, obviously, but I mean that's a real obvious way. Yeah. I mean, I'd probably do Midsummer Night's Dream all the time too.
Yeah. I think those, when we get into those long type of runs, it's definitely the ones that have an emotional response or a connection with the audience, a powerful connection, because that is something that even if you're doing it every night, that will change every single night. It'll be new people having a big experience.
Yeah, and they're satisfying to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Name a difficult task that you keep putting off.
My taxes.
Yep. It's so funny doing interviews around this time. That's been the answer. Everyone's
yeah, my taxes.
Cool.
For sure.
What is, if you were like a boxer, okay, you're coming out, what is your theme song?
What do you mean if I was like a boxer? Come on. I was like a butterbean right here, baby.
What would your theme song be? What would your walkout song be?
Well, I mean, you say that and immediately I've got Eye of the Tiger in my head, but obviously I can't use that.
Yeah, exactly.
Shake It Off. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be threatening in a weird way.
That would throw the other person off for sure. They're already in the cage and they hear,
Yeah, especially if I came out like I am now and then destroyed.
That would be awesome. Exactly. Yeah, that song only really works if you win. You know what I mean?
Totally. A brave statement like that is like an incredible amount of arrogance to make a joke thing and then lose. Not cool.
For sure. What is a scene from a movie or a play that has really always stayed with you?
Scene from a movie or a play. Gee, this is come on, this is not fair. There's so many. And then like now I can't think of anything.
How dare.
No, see, we were just well, okay. Let's do Pacino and De Niro meeting in what the hell is that movie? The one that they're actually in together.
This is why I need that.
You're going to totally have to cut this. I'm so embarrassed.
No
Sorry, Instagram, YouTube, whoever's watching.
No, that's great. The one that they do together.
Yeah, that one with those famous guys and they do the thing.
That's so
you
funny.
know the one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's fantastic. Okay, the horse riding thing in Excalibur where they're playing Carmina Burana and they first come out and they're all wearing the armor. That's what I would love to do. There you go. That's
we got there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Whew. It's funny. I just
throwback to the 80s.
Yes. Sidebar. I've been in talks with people about like a lot of like theater programs do like an intern kind of thing. And I've wanted to maybe get someone involved in this for that exact reason. Like the Joe Rogan podcast has the guy Jamie who always looks stuff up.
Right.
And it would be great to have someone on the outside of this for those kind of things. And like obviously a cool opportunity to like be a part of these conversations.
Yeah, sure, that you could spin that and sort of say, what's your job? I Google stuff for dudes who aren't smart enough to remember.
Come on, man, I'm trying to talk this. Yeah, no, totally. Would you rather be a pop star or a movie star?
Oh, a movie star.
Yeah.
Because you'd be actually, I was going to say because then you could be a pop star, but I guess it kind of mostly goes the other way. If you're a pop star, then you get to be a movie star. Yeah, because the crossover works better that way.
Pop star to movie star?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lady Gaga, for example.
Yeah, and countless others. Whereas where you go, like the transition from good musician performer to actor in film, I think is an easier, more accepted one than the other direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree for sure. Did you see Dunkirk?
No.
I heard good things about the One Direction guy that was in that.
Yeah. But film acting it's a different beast in the sense that I'm certainly not in any way talking it down, but I think that you can get a performance between what the camera does and the director and the editor. You can carve out a performance if it's not there.
For sure. Yeah.
Whereas that's way harder to do on stage. That has to be repeated 8 times a week.
Yeah, there's that consistency basis of it.
Yeah, being able to hold on to that. Whereas I think that there's a lightning in the bottle thing that you can get with performers on film where a good filmmaker will get that performance.
Totally. That makes sense. Cool. And then this is the last one. If you could make one unhealthy or junk food into a superfood, what would it be?
Well, I wouldn't say that tacos are unhealthy.
You can put lots of healthy stuff into tacos.
Yeah, I mean, fish and chips is not unhealthy as pizza is not inherently unhealthy. I'm not sure why you'd even bother with this question. This is ridiculous.
Well, don't. Yeah, no.
I think that salted potato chips would, if they could be a superfood, that would be awesome. It would solve a whole lot of problems.
You're a chip guy?
Yeah. I went, I was all proud of myself because my daughters were giving me grief about it. And I went February I went chipless.
Chipless
February. You know,
cool.
people did the dry January and I did chipless February.
I love it.
They were very quick to point out that I had chosen the shortest month. And they,
it's not even a leap year.
And I know, and they kept saying, so, but Dad, you were eating like nacho chips. And I was like, those don't count. Those are corn chips. They don't count. Those aren't real chips. I mean like potato chips.
I love that you were weaving in and out of all the possible scenarios. It's perfect. That's funny. Yeah, no, chips are, would you have like a go-to flavor or just chips in general?
I mean, chips in general, but my purchasing revolves fairly heavily around the Lay's crinkly salted ones.
Yeah, it's a heartier potato chip.
It's a heartier potato chip, and definitely, like, occasionally, if I'm feeling financially strapped, I'll buy the no name brand. But I'm always like, no, I want to pay the premium.
Yeah, get
the ones
real Lay's.
And then some salt and vinegar is a big one too. And recently at the No Frills, they have the crinkly salt and vinegar chips.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, this is a thing from my childhood that I thought I would never experience
again. It's been
again.
lost to time, but
yeah,
I love it.
And then I was like, and then I felt compelled to buy lots of them so that they knew that people wanted them.
Yeah,
like
so you got to show that the market is there.
I was gonna be the market exclusively myself.
I'm single-handedly keeping those crinkles in there.
These chips are around.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, very successful lightning round. That was awesome.
That's a lot of stress, the lightning round.
Yeah, we put on the video and it changes the game.
No, it wasn't the video. It was all these like questions that I had that I got caught out on.
That's funny.
These are intense. You know.
Well, I'll pause this and then we'll get back to just chat.
Okay.
We'll just relax back into it. I love it.